So, hi, and welcome to all beautiful souls out there who are tuning in today. And welcome to 30 Minutes Exploring Coaching, a platform where world class coaches gathers to share their insight and wisdom on coaching and you for the benefits of all. Well, today we have with us here someone special from Chicago whose mission is to ditch those boring and unfulfilling life so that she can create a kick-ass one. Wow. So watch out, all our audience out there, our listeners out there. She has been focusing her coaching work around single mom by helping them to cope with this daily stress that resulted from that endless chores that life throws at them, spreading from bonus to even those that giving up on their own dreams because of the daily challenges that keeps on getting tougher and tougher. Well, for those single mom who are listening or tuning in out there, it's never too late to pursue your dreams, right? If you feel that it's a bit too late, hold your horses. Wait until you hear from what Coach Paulina has to share today. All right. So I will leave it to Coach Paulina to share a little bit more about her, where she comes from, and all that to our beautiful audience out there. Coach Paulina?
Hi, Remy, and hi, everyone. Like Remy introduced me. Thank you for this great introduction, Remy.
Yeah.
My name is Paulina, and I am originally from Poland. Currently, I live in Chicago, Illinois, US, and I'm an entrepreneur and a mom of 4, 2 kids and 2 dogs.
So, Coach Paulina, perhaps you can share with us what brings you to this beautiful journey of coaching, Paulina.
So what brings me to coaching? On my journey living in US, I met lots of moms, and lots of them were single. I'm also a single mom, and they share with me, their struggles, their challenges, and being a single mom myself, I understand a lot of it now. We might be in different positions, but we share the same challenges. So from that, it's just one day something just like in my heart, like I felt this like there's a mission, like I gotta do something, because all single moms here is like life is hard. Like this is what you gotta do. Just like there is no other way of life that they're living right now, which is struggle, overwhelm, and like stress. And there is other way. There's other way of living. Definitely, those things still happen, but there's also possibilities. And it's just like I would like for the moms to know that they can kick ass in life. Wow. And handle the obstacles like a pro.
Wow. Well, I hear you, Coach Paulina. Well, you mentioned that you're from Poland and then you sort of like migrated to the Chicago, US. Well, I'm sure that when you first landed on US soil, I'm sure there's some challenges that you face, that you need to overcome in order to like settle things down and all that. Perhaps you can share with us a little bit of what are the challenges that you face, as a single mom with your children migrating over to US. What are the challenges that you face? Yeah.
So when I came to US, I was alone. So that was a big challenge. Like, I didn't know anybody, no family. Like, I just was here alone. And, without any support, that's a big challenge because I came with like $150 in my pocket, not a lot of money in a new country. So looking for a job, see how the life works in a different country, in a different city, and figuring out how I'm gonna like live here, start my life here. And I remember there were times when I felt so discouraged that I wanted to come back to Poland because it just felt scary. Like, I wasn't sure how I'm gonna be able to support myself and pay for everything. So when I when I look back, the biggest thing for me was like lack of support. And yeah, like not knowing anybody and financial too.
Wow, I hear you, Coach Paulina. Well, what maybe you could share with us a little bit more, like what keeps you going? You know, what keeps you going? That makes you, well, I shouldn't give up. You know, what thing that moves you?
So right now, what keeps me going is just I have this dream. It's became also a passion, a mission for this dream to share with the moms, single moms, that the life can be different. The life has ups and downs, but we don't have to stay in the down most of the time. There is different ways the moms they can find that spark. Because in my opinion, in every mom like remembers when they were living their life to the fullest, maybe before they had their kids or at one point on their life. So my mission is to get that spark back and help them see those possibilities, and just like I mentioned before, kick ass, live life to the fullest, laugh more.
Wow, I love that. Well, now that you mentioned this, I'm sure a lot of our listeners out there with single mom has like given up their dream in life, just because they would want to focus on their career, or they would need to focus on their own so-called family to manage as a single mom, right? And I believe a lot would have given up their dreams a long time ago. So if by engaging a coach like you into their life, right? So in what way can you help them to brighten up, to light up their life again so that they are able to say, wow, now I have a dream in my life again.
So working with a coach can help moms realize that creating a dream, going for your dream, for their dreams is, I would even say, in my opinion, it's necessary. And the reason why I say it's necessary, because it will bring this new energy in their lives. They will feel more alive, even getting up. Like, lots of the things will stay the same around, and they still have their struggles, but they have this new like this this new they will feel like my dream is actually possible. So that new energy will bring all those, will change their thinking. They will feel like they'll feel more alive, and so it will keep them going. this will keep them going. And what will happen also, the people around them, or even like things will start changing.
Yes.
Maybe even, little by little, but the most important things, they will just feel like, wow, I can do something. I can go for my dream. And the coach can be their support. The coach can help them create the goal and and also work on the steps towards achieving it.
Well, I'm sure in the beginning of your journey, you have worked with coaches before, right? Like someone to coach you before. So for those single mom out there who don't even have a privilege of working with a coach before, or don't even know what a coaching session looks like or feels like for single mom. So perhaps you can share with us a little bit in what way these coaches helps you, right? Like you say, well, give me one good reason to wake up. Oh, I have these dreams. I have these dreams, right? Perhaps share with our viewers or audience out there what can a coach or a coaching session looks like in a typical way.
So I would say, in my experience, yeah, I had some coaching sessions, and every coach is different. They'll bring different knowledge, different energy. So everything would depend on the coach, what kind of coach you would want to work with. And I'm not talking only about the niche, like what kind of coach you would feel comfortable with, because it's really important, in my opinion, to work with a coach that you feel that you can be vulnerable with, that you feel comfortable sharing what's happening in your life, but also feel like they get you. And depends what you're looking to get from the session, how you want to feel after. It's important, and what results you want to get. So that's what was my experience. Some coaches, I was like, they had lots of experience, but it just wasn't for me. And some coaches I liked, because that's what I was looking for. Like, I felt like this is working for me.
Wow.
So it's gonna depend on what type of coach, what energy, and like how they make you feel.
So
That's a big one.
good coach would somehow make you feel better after each coaching sessions, right?
Yes.
Like, well,
Yes.
I'm glad that I had this session with you, something like that, these kind of feelings.
Yes. Like, when it comes to my style, and I know it wouldn't be for everybody, but my style is like, I want the mom feel like a badass after, and that she can do it, even if she's like, I definitely, like, I wanna push my clients, and at the same time be compassionate and give them the space, and remind them I'm here, and I'll keep you accountable, because that's what the coach is for. That's what my role is.
That's a very good point that you brought up, Coach Paulina, because many have this fear of working with a coach. They thought that, wow, if I have a coach, the coach is going to bug me every now and then behind my back, giving me no space to have my personal life and all that. A lot of people wouldn't want that to happen. I already have enough stress as a single mom. Why would I add in another one? My plates are full. So from what you shared just now, well, someone who push at the same time give space for that person to grow. Wow.
Yes. I also wanted to add, when I work with clients, we're gonna celebrate. little wins, because that's really important. Because sometimes when you work on something, you don't notice little wins. You're just looking for big wins. But little wins are important. So also we'll celebrate big time, little wins.
Yes.
Every time.
That's a very, very important part of life that a lot of people have been missing out. They say, well, Remy, why celebrate? It's just a small achievement. Oh, wait until I achieve something that huge, then only we celebrate. But along the way, while waiting, a person may get discouraged. Oh, how come my day still far away, hasn't arrived yet? So as what you shared just now, if I were to celebrate little achievement along the way, that would have helped me to build my self-esteem as a person. So
Yes.
throughout your journey or your experience as a single mom, I'm sure you find it very hard to put yourself first out there in terms of making decisions and all that. You would have, well, look at the side. Huh? What about my kids and all that? Would I need to take them into considerations and all that before I put myself first? Even though I want to become a coach and all that. So how do you handle these so-called putting yourself first issues?
Yes, it is hard to put yourself first as a single mom. I can relate to this. What I have learned, that if I prioritize myself, if the single moms prioritize themselves, their kids will benefit and from it big time. Yes, at first will be definitely it's the time is taken away from spending with the kids. And it will take time and effort. And also it will bring the greatest joy. I notice that when the mom is happy, when the mom feels alive, the kids just feel that energy and things just flow in the household. Doesn't mean there won't be troubles, doesn't mean there won't be hard days, but it's just this different energy. And then when the mom has those hour or two, she can be fully present with the kids, which means a lot to them.
As this a part of like guilty conscious pops up in the beginning when you try to put yourself first out there?
Yeah, it's definitely not, like I said, not the easiest. But it's not the easiest. It's just very important. Like everybody, when we're on a plane and we hear that put your oxygen mask first. And I remember when I was on the plane first time, or maybe a few times, when I realized, I don't really get it. How come I'm supposed to put my mask on first and not like a child? I didn't even have children. I just didn't understand. And then years later, it got to me why. I understood why it's necessary to do that. Because when we cannot function well, or we can put it in quotes, like faint, how can I help somebody, like a child or whoever I'm taking care for?
Yes, yes.
So that's why it's so important to take time for yourself. Because some moms might say, put myself first. If they don't like the word, it's just taking care of yourself.
Well,
very important.
Many would have perceived this in a wrong way, saying that if I were to take care of myself first, I become a selfish kind of person. So that's why they say, oh, no, it's me last. It might be due to the upbringing, or it might be due to certain cultures that we are not supposed to put ourselves first. It will look like not so good in the eyes of the public and all that, become a selfish person. But actually, it's not that true. It's the opposite. right? Taking care of ourselves means, well, I care for myself. I love myself. That is very, very important in a person's life. So, Coach Paulina, share with us nowadays as single moms at this current what is happening in this world and all that. What are the most frequent emotional stress that you're facing? You know, that on a daily basis that you feel that well, as a single mom, most of the days or most of the week, I come across these issues that I'm juggling with and all that. What are they that you face, Coach Paulina?
So what I face nowadays, number one would be overwhelm. Since I am so many roles as a one person, so that can be hard. The other thing is money. So how I can support my family. Um, the other thing is support. So that would be my three biggest challenges at the moment that I
So,
think about it.
in fact, you mentioned this support. I believe even in this overcrowded world of ours, overpopulated and all that, there seems to be people saying, hey, I need support in terms of I need to be heard. I need to voice out what is inside me. Seems that a lot of people are talking and all that, but no one is there to listen to me. Right. So if were to engage a coach into my life, that helps in areas like this. Like I need to be heard. How can a coach plays an important role in that part of my life?
Yes, engaging with a coach can help with being heard and just let your feelings out. For example, you got this shitty day, meaning like just things just come at you and there's work, kids, let's say you have a business, anything like comes at you at once and you feel like I just can't do it. It's just too much. You feel like screaming. And even let's say, and you have this person that got your back and that's your coach. And she let you know, I'm here for you. Just text me. Just text me, call me. And then you can just get the space and just let it all out, or even just breathe with the coach, like if the coach can help you just at the moment instead of trying to fix everything, because you can't. It's too much. Just create that space like I mentioned before, and sometimes just even pause and just be there with
Wow, beautiful.
with you. Just be there. That's a lot too. And we think like it's nothing,
Yes.
but it's everything in some ways, in my opinion.
Especially nowadays when we are being bombarded by social medias and all that non-stop, information's overload. There doesn't seems to be a period of time whereby there's a space of pause in between that the person can
Yes,
really, say, wow, this is my space for me, myself. Yeah.
yes, and I want to also add, so I like engaging with a coach in this situation would be like let's say there's a race and I feel like I feel being a single, it's like a race sometimes, like you go for this somewhere right towards a goal. towards something what you want, and then you fall. And the coach is that person that comes, approach you, and when you're ready to get up, sometimes you might not be, it helps you get up. And it's this like that support system that help you keep going. Because you might say, no, I'm done with it. Like, it's okay what you feel. I'm right here. You can stay in this moment, and then you can get back up and keep going.
Yes. Wow. Well said, Coach Paulina. But what about if I'm sure there are a group of single mom out there. Not all are really, in those category of wow, they can afford a lot of things in life and now whereby they are very successful in their career or their corporate or their business person. I'm sure there's a group of single mom there who really, really needs help or in terms of like a support that you say, right? Support need to be heard. So they maybe after listening to what we shared today, they would like to engage coaches, but they can't seem to afford to engage a coach. Do you have things like you offered a pro bono services to really help this group of single mom out there? Or how does it work? Can you please share a little bit on this?
Yes, Remy. I'm happy to offer pro bono sessions to moms that can't afford coaching services. All I would need from them is the willingness, curiosity, and commitment, and I'm happy to help.
So when you talk about commitment, right? What kind of commitment are you looking into a person when the person will reach out to you as a client, or it can be a paying client, or it can be a pro bono? Is there a period of short-term commitment, or what kind of commitment that you're looking into a client?
So someone comes to me, a mom comes to me, and she let's say maybe want to explore coaching. So depends what her needs are. We can go from 3 sessions up to, let's say, 6, and work on clarify what the mom needs, what would she like, and then see how mom feels after. So at first I would say 3 sessions, and then if mom wants to continue, she's noticing changes, she's noticing those small changes, and she's like, wow, this is for me, I'm glad to offer more sessions, like 3 more sessions, depending on what we are doing at the moment with the mom, like what we're working on.
So for those who haven't been in a coaching session before, how long would a typical coaching session be like? And what do I need to bring along, or what do I need to prepare for a coaching session like this?
What you need to bring, the coaching session is around 45 minutes to 1 hour, and I often mention this at the beginning, like how long the coaching session is going to be, and all you need to bring is yourself and openness to it, and then we'll go from there. And your big dreams too.
So remember to bring along your dreams, right?
Yes, that's a big one. Bring your dreams. We'll get them out of you.
So will you be giving a lot of homeworks, assignments, and all that to those single mom who seems that already be overwhelmed by their house chores and all that?
There will be some assignments, but I'll make sure it's not overwhelming. It's also something that excites them. And something, because I want to make sure when we're working on a goal, it's a goal that's very meaningful to them. It's just not some goal, because goals can be real, like a goal that's when she looks at it every day, she's like, wow. She's excited by it. So when even she's doing a task, sometimes might be boring, let's say, but they're necessary to achieve the goal. And I would let the mom know. She's like, oh, it's just too much. I say, remember, example, right? Sunny beach. It's your house right here. She's like, okay, now I can do that.
Wow, that's really something to get them excited and look forward instead of, oh, another day, another daily chores, another boring day to be.
Yes, and I'll tell her we celebrate that we're gonna dance during the session. We'll put some of your favorite music. We're gonna celebrate, so that will keep you going.
Yeah.
And something brings excitement and adventure, because in my opinion, that's important.
Yes. Yeah, like I see, instead of wearing those dark shades of grays and blacks and all that, at times wear red like what you're doing it today. Awesome.
Yeah.
Like just to brighten up, right, the days and all that, instead of feeling gloomy and all that. That's what the coach does, right? Not only to hold you accountable, to celebrate with you, even in good times, not only to lift you up in terms of bad times. Wow, awesome. Now that I'm sure a lot of listeners out there will have a clearer picture on, well, if I were to engage a coach, how does it feel like? What will my life be? Awesome. Well, being aware of the time, Coach Paulina. So if there's one key messages that you can have, would like our beautiful audience there, especially to all the single moms out there, what will be your key message to them?
I want to let all the single mom, I want to let them know they're badass and they better believe it. And it's time for them to go from struggle to creating a kick-ass life that they deserve.
Awesome. Wow. Well, I felt that. Okay. Thank you so much to all our beautiful souls out there who are tuning in today. If you feel that you're able to resonate with what Coach Paulina and Lee share or discuss about, feel free to connect and reach out to us in our emails or links that appears on the video below. So never feel that you're alone. Reach out to any one of us. So thank you so much for being here again, Coach Paulina.
Thank you, Rami.
Yeah, and till our next session on 30 Minutes Exploring Coaching. Thank you and bye-bye.